See, I was told by Twitter that the Rays didn't have fans, but I'm sorry, what is this? Oh boy. It's not over. It's not over. Trumptober, baby. Trumptober was lit. You're getting this recap late because I was at the game. Bro, it was... I'm gonna go through a few things. A few reasons why St. Petersburg doesn't deserve a team. They don't have the parking setup for 35,000 fans whatsoever. They just don't. I had to park a mile away from the stadium today because, well, I got there an hour before first pitch, and apparently I didn't give myself enough time because even though I got to the Tropicana Field area an hour before first pitch, I didn't actually walk into the stadium until the third inning because it took me an hour to find a parking spot. Every single lot was full. There's no parking garages in St. Pete whatsoever. I actually parked at the St. Anthony's Hospital, and I'm pretty sure I wasn't even legally allowed to park there. So I'm very glad I didn't get towed. The Rays are staying alive, man. They're staying alive. Yeah, I'm walking to the stadium, and there's just Rays fans everywhere. It's glorious. There's so many Rays fans everywhere. I walk into the stadium. There's Rays fans everywhere. I get in my seats. I'm surrounded by nobody else but Rays fans. We have waited 6 years to have a stadium full of Rays fans like this, and we finally got it. People say, oh, if you're a real fan, the drive shouldn't bother you. Well, the drive does bother me because it shouldn't take me 2 hours to get home in Tampa from St. Petersburg, which... it's exactly what it took me to get home today. So retarded. The Howard Franklin Bridge, guaranteed backup every single fucking day of the week. That's the only way in and out of St. Petersburg. There's no alternate. There's no public transportation. You New Yorkers who say, oh, well, I take the subway. You guys have it fucking easy. You get on the subway, you're right at the stadium. See, I don't know if you were aware of this, but Tampa doesn't have any type of train or subway systems whatsoever. You either have to drive yourself or get an Uber. It's ridiculous. But I think today just proved that we have several fans. You know, the TV ratings, year in, year out, Rays are always among the top 10 throughout the MLB markets of best TV ratings. It's because we have a lot of fans here. We just don't want to make the drive. Today's playoffs atmosphere was electric. And it was something that, you really, truly enjoyed as a Rays fan. It's something you don't get to be a part of every season. You would be a part of it multiple times every season if it was in downtown Tampa and not downtown St. Petersburg. I can guarantee you that because there's a lot more space for parking in Tampa than there is in St. Pete. Charlie Morton started for the Rays. He went up against Greinke, and Greinke is a damn good pitcher, so you had to keep in the back of your mind that you might get swept today. Rays did it. In fact, they scored double digits on the Astros. Whew. Morton went 5 innings, allowed only 3 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts. In the top of the first, this happened as I was walking to Tropicana Field after I parked. Jose Altuve hits a solo home run, 1-0 Astros, and immediately you're like, well, shit. This happened as I'm walking in the stadium. Bottom of the second, Kevin Kiermaier hits a 3-run home run. I'm walking through the food halls as this happens. It is loud, and I'm not even in my seats. It is loud at the Trop. And you can hear it in the replays, too. It was loud. 3-run homer. Kevin Kiermaier finally did something in this series. KK finally stepped up and played as the face of the franchise, as everybody in Tampa says he is. Ji-Man Choi in the bottom of the third would hit a home run, solo home run. Every single time G-Man would come up to the plate to bat after this home run, the entire stadium would chant G-Man Choi. G-Man Choi, G-Man Choi, G-Man Choi. It was loud, and you can hear that on TV too. 4-1 Tampa. Top of the fourth, Gurriel singles. Carlos Correa then strikes out. Chirinos then strikes out, and then Josh Reddick flies out. Bottom of the fourth, Brandon Lau hits a solo home run. Brandon Lau hits a solo home run. Amazing. His first ever postseason home run. Congratulations, Brandon Lau. And it was off an opposite field homer. It was sick. Travis d'Arnaud would line out to George Springer. Kiermaier would strike out. Willie Adames walked. Matt Duffy singled. And then Austin Meadows doubled, bringing in Adames and Duffy. 7-1 Tampa Bay. Tommy Pham would then single. driving in Meadows, 8-1 Tampa Bay. Then Choi walked, and then Garcia ground out. Top of the 5th, George Springer grounds out, Altuve strikes out, Brantley strikes out. Bottom of the 5th, Brandon Lau grounds out, Travis d'Arnaud grounds out, Kevin Kiermaier grounds out. 1-2-3 inning. Top of the 6th, Chaz Rowe replaced Charlie Morton, immediately allowed a single, then a double, and then a single again to score. 8-3 Tampa, and then they relieved him. So here's how the season started for Chaz Rowe. He went from Chaz Rowe to Chaz Blow to Chaz Nasty, and today he was Chaz Blow again. So he was replaced with Brendan McKay. Diaz then flies out, and now we go to the bottom of the inning. First at-bat of the inning, Willy Adames. Solo home run, solo shot to left center field. The 4th home run for the Rays today, which is a new franchise record for the Rays. Most home runs in a single playoff game. And to be a part of that was so cool. The atmosphere, I'm telling you guys, was crazy today. It was 80% Rays fans. 80% of the stadium. And, you had 32,000 people there. Matt Duffy then lined out. Meadows ground out. Pham ground out. We go to the 7th inning. George Springer strikes out. Altuve lines out. Brantley grounds out. Rays up again. G-Man Choi strikes out. Garcia reaches on a throwing error by Bregman. Then Lau singles. Then d'Arnaud hits a sacrifice fly, scoring Avisail Garcia. Double digits for the Rays. 10-3. Kevin Kiermaier would end the inning by a pop out to Carlos Correa. Top of the 8th inning. Bregman strikes out. Alvarez singles. Gurriel grounds out. And then Correa flies out. Bottom of the 8th. Adames singles. Duffy singles. Meadows then grounds into a double play. Pham walks, and then Choi called out on strikes. Top of the 9th, a Chirinos pop out, a Diaz strikeout, and a Springer fly out.
Catch it, catch it, catch it, catch it, catch it! Yeah! Yes!
Yes! The Rays live to see another day in the ALDS as they defeat the Houston Astros 10-3. Another thing I wanted to say, right, is a lot of non-Rays fans who still, after today, don't think that we have a good fan base. They've been saying on Twitter, how embarrassing is this? You didn't sell out a playoff game. For the record, all season we've had 25,000 seats. For the postseason, we opened up an additional 7,000. So now the seats are up to 32,000, right? We did sell out. We did sell out those 32,000 seats. However, on the day of the game, for whatever reason, Rays ownership decided to open up an additional 3,000 seats. So obviously you're not going to sell out in less than 15 hours of being listed. It's just so ridiculous. We did sell out. But after we did, we opened up more seats. So I don't want to be hearing this, oh, the Rays didn't sell out their playoff game. Because we did. We just opened up more seats with extremely late notice. And another thing, this game was on Monday afternoon. 1 o'clock. People have work. People have school. You drive in 32,000 people to Tropicana Field? That is absolutely impressive in my book. Absolutely impressive. And so, game's over. Awesome. Rays win. I walk a mile to my car where I parked it at the St. Anthony's Hospital parking lot. And then I was stuck in St. Petersburg for a good 30 minutes. Then when I got to the Howard Franklin Bridge finally, it was backed up from start to finish. A 7-mile bridge took me 45 minutes to get over. And then it was a combination of rain. People here don't know how to drive in the rain. It was a combination between that, rush hour traffic, and the game day traffic. All at once, it was a clusterfuck. So with all that shit combined together, it took me 2 hours to get home. 30 minutes in St. Pete, 45 minutes alone on the Howard Franklin Bridge, and then when I got to Tampa, I had to go around the airport. I wasn't even on the interstate the whole time because it was faster to go around the interstate, and that took an additional 45-ish minutes to get home. So totaling around 2 hours is what it took for me to get home. Absolutely ridiculous. And so, Rays fans, if you haven't been to a Troptober baseball game yet, my recommendation to you, my strong recommendation to you, be there when the parking lot opens 5 hours before the game. or take an Uber there. Because trust me, you don't want to be circling Tropicana Field for an hour trying to find a parking spot. But with that being said, the Rays win. They live to see another day in the playoffs. We play tomorrow at 7 p.m. in Tropicana Field against Justin Verlander. Oh boy. But he's had short rest. The Rays have played good in this series versus the Houston bullpen. We're only getting shut down to the starting pitching. Verlander shut us down. Cole silenced us. But as soon as they get relieved and they put that bullpen in, the Rays get hits off of them. So I'm hoping, because Verlander has a short day's break, I'm hoping he doesn't play as many innings and we can get that bullpen in the game faster. And statistically, when you play the same pitcher twice within like a week from each other, you're a lot better against him the second time when you have a better idea of what he's going to throw at you. Another thing that I love about this Rays team is how confident they sound. When you watch these locker room interviews, they sound truly confident. They don't sound scared at all of Verlander. They don't. They really do sound confident, and they can be scary if they go into this game with that mindset and get some hits off of Verlander early. So if we can somehow, some way send this to a 5th game in Houston, then that's going to be a hell of a game. I will see you tomorrow. Hopefully the Rays win, force game 5. Rays up, Rays win. Peace out.